All right, so here we have Kenny Pickett and Mitch Trubisky. You can see it if you're watching on TV right now. Pickett was 10 of 13, 120 yards, no touchdowns, 3 interceptions, which was somehow better than Trubisky. His total QBR was 28, which makes him half of a starting quarterback, but Trubisky's was 8, right? So there's your Pickett-Trubisky comparison. Can I pick it? Yes, I can. I mean, like, they picked him 3 times.
So here's what I loved yesterday about Kenny Pickett. You know, there's certain players, Max, like facial expressions. I know it's something small. But, like, whenever I watched Mitchell Trubisky lead, like, it seemed like there was uncertainty for some reason whenever I saw his face. Like, and there's something to be said about that. When I watched Kenny Pickett, he was talking trash to people on the field. I'm like, damn, I like this rookie style. He's out here 2 rushing TDs, very similar to Jalen Hurts, right, where he took the punishment. Like, it wasn't like I'm going to slide and get out of your way. He burrowed through it. Right? And I think that kind of energy reminds me so much more of Pittsburgh Steeler football than what Mitchell Trubisky brought to the table.
See, what you're talking about now, and what Jay is bringing up is what you mentioned about Hurts earlier. Some guys, and a lot of times this happens with the backup, especially if you drafted him and they don't really believe in the vet anymore, they juice the team. Like, that's the reason even I'm like, if Cooper Rush keeps winning, leave it alone. It's hard to say in football. It's almost like a magic formula. What gets all those guys on the same page winning, right? So even if it's not causation, if it's just correlation, in other words, it's not causing it, it's just part of the formula, or we just see that when he plays, they win. Man, I'm not touching it, Key. Like, Jalen Hurts, the team responded immediately. Look at the difference between him and Wentz, right? And Pickett, if the team feels different, Key, I'm leaving that alone. I'm leaving it alone if the
you can't go back. You can't go back to Mitch Trubisky at this point anyway. It's a wrap. The Kenny Pickett era has started in Philadelphia or in Pittsburgh.
I think he's going to fluctuate a little bit back and forth to kind of see who gives him what and when they give it to him. Even though I would rather err on the side of Kenny Pickett and stay with it, I just have a feeling Mike Tomlin's going to do something like that.
Yeah, no, Kenny Pickett will be the starter, Jay. They're not going to – they drafted him to be the starter. They gave Mitch Trubisky an opportunity to hold him off, and clearly neither one played great. I mean, there's no question about it. Neither one played great, but you might as well go with the young guy that the team could continue to get used to and build around, because your long-term plan is Kenny Pickett. Your long-term plan is not Mitch Trubisky. That was very evident when they drafted him, that his days was numbered. They don't draft guys and then yo-yo them up and down. They either start them immediately and let them take their lumps in Trevor Lawrence-like, or they give them an opportunity like a Kurt Warner to be a bridge guy for an Eli Manning. Then at the time you go and you say, you know what, we're not going in, just play this guy. And that's where they're at now. It's like, just play this guy. Because what you can't do is you can't play Mitch Trubisky, pull him again, Kenny Pickett, now you play him, now you make another decision the following week that you go play Mitch Trubisky, then Kenny Pickett. You can't do that to young guys. You got to make a decision, a sound decision. And Coach Tomlin, I'm sure, will make that sound decision that Kenny Pickett is the guy going forward. He's not going to say it right after the game because emotions are riding high. He's answering questions. He's going to let it calm down a little bit and then go back, talk to his offensive staff today, tomorrow, and then make the decision on Wednesday or Thursday to announce that Kenny Pickett will be the starting quarterback.
That's how it would seem. However, Key, I think about Tomlin. And here's the question, all right? And this is why I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. You know, Tomlin's never had a losing season. Neither did Russell Wilson until his last year in Seattle, right? Never lost. He had one season of 9 wins, otherwise always double-digit wins. Everything's the same until one day it's different. The Steelers just lost to the Jets. You got to find wins in the schedule to forget about the playoffs for a second, just at least finish 500, right? So do you think, Key, that Mike Tomlin right now can at least finish 500, maybe challenge for the playoffs with Kenny Pickett?
There won't be any. I don't think it'll be any challenges for the playoffs.
I don't think so either for the playoffs. But what about finishing without a losing record? Is this the year they finally has a losing record?
They could probably get to 9 games.
Losing to the Jets?
I mean, I said probably. I mean, I'm trying to.
Man, when
They
I count
probably I don't have their schedule in front of me, so I don't know what cupcakes they have left.
Okay, key here. Well, let's go through it. At
It's
Bills,
the
not a
NFL.
cupcake. Bucks, not a cupcake. At Dolphins, not a cupcake. At Eagles, not a cupcake. At home against the Saints, that defense, not a cupcake. Bengals, that'd be an interesting one considering where the Bengals will be at. At Colts, okay, cupcake to a degree.
I think, but the way the Pittsburgh Steelers
At
are
Colts.
playing, the Colts,
At Colts, that'd be
Saints.
Falcons are playing
Those are
better.
those are
At
tough
Falcons
games.
versus Ravens. At Panthers, they've been horrible. Raiders, at Ravens, Browns. Deshaun Watson will be back by then.
They might
don't know,
be able
man.
to.
I think
They're
you
not
had
a
to
good,
beat the Jets
look,
if you
man,
wanted to
they're
finish
not a
500.
good football team. I mean, when you start talking about the receivers, for instance, right? Where's Dante Johnson? Deontay, where is he? Where's Clay Claypool? Like, he wanted to listen to rap music and switch up the music in the locker room a year or two ago. Where is he at? Like, I don't, the offensive line isn't blocking nearly as well as they should for Najee Harris. I understand TJ Watt isn't in the lineup, but the defense, you surrendered 24 points to a young quarterback in Zach Wilson who played his first game of the season.
And they were down double digits. They came back.
I don't know. It's hard for me to say right now, but I know they won't make the playoffs. And when you look at their schedule is not as light as it would appear to be. It's pretty hard.
Yeah, when you're no good, the schedule looks a lot tougher.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.